Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, today we're actually going to do something I like to do a lot is I like to start the actual lessons for the topic with the last one because it tends to be the word problems and the trickier ones. So I hate to leave that to the end and then boom, you have a test. So we're going to start with that. Okay, so obviously we're taking notes. You're going to put the date here, just like you always do. So we are starting with topic 2-7. Okay, so the essential question, our EQ, essential question, is how can I solve a multi-step word problem? Okay, so I'm going to think about that for a second, and I'm going to go pull out something that's important. Okay, we have solve and we have multi-step. So as you know, you already took notes on how to do the multi-step, right? As you know, when we have multi-step, that means you have more than one type of math that you are going to be doing. Now, so just keep that in mind while we get going on this. So our word problem is right here. So you're going to, once you can see it, box off a little area in your notes, sort of the same size as what I'm gluing this in. Okay, so I'm covering up, just to help you plan, I'm covering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. Okay, so make your box fit in 7 lines. Write kind of small. Pause it so you can write it. Press play, and now we're back. Okay, so now that we've got our word problem here, we're going to read it. Sheena bought 3 student tickets to a softball game for $1.75 each. She paid with a $10 bill. How much change did she get? Okay, so I'm going to read it again because if you remember, we took notes that says read it at least 2 times, right? So we're going to go through all these steps with this. Okay, so I'm going to read it again, make sure I got it all. Sheena bought 3 student tickets to a softball game for $1.75 each. She paid with a $10 bill. How much change did she get? Okay, so I'm going to analyze it now. One of our power words. Okay, I'm going to analyze. I'm going to highlight. I'm going to underline. I'm going to circle any key information, numbers or math terms. Okay, so let's see. We've got $1.75 each. Ooh, highlighting with the pink makes it kind of hard to read. Hopefully you guys can still see it says $10.75. She's starting with a $10 bill. Okay, so, oh, we have to know how many she bought also, right? She's buying 3 tickets. Okay, blurred looking. There. Okay, so now I've analyzed it. I've found the important information. Now I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to make that brace map and pull out that important information. Okay, so my final question is always what goes first. Always. Right here. So that when I'm working on my math, I keep in my head, what am I actually trying to answer? Okay, so that's what I write. How much change did she get? Okay, so then I'm going to go, okay, well, what other important information? Well, she's buying 3 student tickets, and they're $1.75 each. Oops, my star, and then the dollar sign. $1.75, $1.75 each. Okay, what else? Ah, yes, our $10 bill. That's what she is starting with. $10 bill. Okay, now, so if we go back to our multi-step notes, we go, okay, well, I pulled out that, I did all this key information, I brought it over here, keeping in mind, what is it asking me? Well, I need to figure out how much change. So my next step is, well, what do I need to do? If I'm paying, think about the grocery store. You pay for something, you give money for the total amount of things you're buying, and you might get some back. So what is that operation? That final operation you're going to do is subtraction, okay? Now, what we want to take a look at is drawing a picture. Can I draw a picture to help me figure this out? But before I do that, actually, I want to write my answer, my sentence frame that almost has the whole answer in it. So, I'm talking about Sheena, right? Sheena will get change back. Again, this is to help me keep in my head what I'm working on. Okay, so I'm going to draw a quick picture. Well, she wants to buy 3 tickets. I'm going to draw 3 tickets. 1, 2, 3 tickets. Well, what's some more information that I can add to that drawing? Well, each ticket is $1.75. So I'm going to put that. This ticket costs $1.75, and this ticket costs $1.75, and this ticket costs $1.75. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand why this is so important. This is real life stuff. You don't want to get cheated. You want to know what your change is. I've always hammered that into my kids' heads. Did I really hammer? No, it's a figure of speech. It means I said it over and over and over, kind of like Brian in Hatchet, when he gets stuck on something in his head, over and over, the repetition, right? Okay, you gotta know your money. You gotta. You don't want to give somebody too much and have them go, ooh, yeah, I'll take that extra right in my own pocket. Or you don't get your right change back, they don't give you enough, and those people are either making a silly mistake or they're taking what should be your change and putting it in their pocket. So you need to know money. This is so very important. Okay, so here's our picture. We've got 3 tickets that cost $1.75 each. So here's how we need to figure out, well, I can't figure out how much change she has until I know the total of what she's spending to begin with. So here's where that multi-step comes in. I need to figure out the total cost of what she is buying. 2 ways you can do this, okay? You can multiply 1.75 times 3 and find out her total bill. Okay, oops, there. Okay? Not sure 4th grade covers multiplying decimals, so here's the easier way. Okay, so this is one method. Here's the easier right now method, and it's just add them up. But just like when we were comparing decimals in the last chapter, topic 1, we have to line up the decimals. When we are adding or subtracting decimals, you have to line them up so that the ones place lines up, the decimal lines up, the tenths place lines up. Oh, we have 7s in our tenths place. We have to line up the hundredths place. We have 5s in our hundredths place. They have to line up. So 1.75, 1.75, and 1.75. And we add those all up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure your notes are looking just like mine. And they are lined up. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to put that decimal in my answer first thing. And now I'm going to add. So I have 3 5s I'm adding together. You can add them, or you can go, hey, 3 times 5, 15. 5, 10, 15. So I put that 5 there. I regroup that 1. I like to always circle the numbers that I'm regrouping so that I remember that it's there. Okay, so now I have the 7s that I need to handle that are in the tenths position. I have 3 70 cents, right? It was 75, but I already handled the 5. So 3 times 7 is, or 7 plus 7 plus 7 is 21. And add that one more, which makes it 22. And we regroup that too. Not to be confused with the second method. Maybe I'll do that instead. Okay? So now I have 1, 2, 3, or 3 times 1 is, or 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. Add on that regroup 2, which is 5. So now I know how much Sheena's bill for the tickets is. The bill is for $5.25. Does that answer my question yet? Nope. So we've done one kind of math. Now we need to do another one. We need to figure out the actual answer to this. How much change? Well, this is where our $10 bill comes in. So she goes to the person selling the tickets. The person selling the ticket says, okay, Sheena, that will cost you $5.25. And Sheena says, okay, here's a $10 bill. So I have to take out, we should add that to our math terms, $5.25 from the $10. So what kind of math am I doing? I am subtracting. Okay? So now I have to say $5.25 being taken away from $10. So I want to use 2 pens here so we can see what's going on easier. So 0 minus 5, what's the answer? Think of it like this. If I have a basket full of 0 apples, can I take 5 from it? Nope. Got to go next door and borrow. Hey, but that guy has 0 too, so I have to go next door to him. Hey, but that guy also has 0. Got to keep going until you get to somebody that you can borrow from. So the 1 can lend out. That's what you're doing when you're borrowing. When somebody borrows from you, you are lending. So that 1 becomes a 0. But that 1 now goes over to the 0 and becomes a 10. Oh, now the 10 can be a good and benevolent neighbor. And it becomes a 9 and lends a 1 over there. Now this 0 can be a kind and benevolent neighbor and lend out the 1, so it becomes a 9, and now that's a 10. Now we can do our subtraction. Now we have a basket of 10 apples, and we're going to take away 5 of them. So 10 take away 5 is 5. Now we have 9 take away 2 is, hopefully you already had it, that's why I paused, 7. We bring down that decimal. Please, please, always remember the decimal. We need to remember that. Okay? And now we have 9 minus 5, which is 4. Then we have 0. Take away nothing, which is nothing. So I'm not going to write anything. So 10 take away 5 1/4 is 4.75. That is Sheena's change. That is how much money Sheena gets back. This is what goes right there. And that, my friends, is your final answer. Now, something to keep in mind. When you work on a word problem, you must have words in your answer. You may not just have numbers. A word problem needs words in the answer. Keep that in mind. And that is it for our notes. We'll be practicing soon. Bye-bye.